and welcome to the Boise State Esports Arena as we kick off the continuation of the Fall Mountain West season in Rocket League tonight as we get to watch a classic matchup here of the champion Broncos, who bring back their previous players and the experience of a team that knows how to win, facing up against them the San Jose Spartans, who previously faced off against the Broncos in the last season's grand finals. With a new player in their roster and 2 games under their belts, we get to see a classic matchup with a new light. Calling all the action today, my name is Audrey Norris with Danner Hill as we get to jump into the Spartans versus the Broncos. Now, what's interesting about this matchup is that new player, which we've reportedly heard kind of popped off in their last game and was able to pull the win for them. And, you know, one of the things we talked about in our pre-show for the Mountain West is that the danger of this year could be any new players shaking it up for Boise State. So since these were their grand final contenders, what do you think about that?
I think this is really good for the environment and for probably the entirety of the Mountain West in general. Like getting these new players in here, shaking up the scene and creating all sorts of new chaos and havoc that can come about this and potentially create all sorts of new upsets and results.
Yeah, and you know, there's always going to be those new variables at the beginning of the season, but a new player who has good promise is always a fun extra element. But while we're getting ready to jump into that, we also have to talk about our other season going on, which is the Power Esports Conference, which had a crazy kickoff in Syracuse featuring a thrilling lineup of our 4 host schools. Syracuse, Michigan State, Nebraska, and Boise State. This event marked a rematch of the Spring Final Four showdown in Las Vegas and served as a Week 1 matchup for Syracuse and Michigan State. Held at the Shine Center, the new $2.7 million facility located in the heart of the campus, the atmosphere was electric. Michigan State Director Christopher emphasized the significance of this event, highlighting its role in fostering competition and camaraderie among these premier programs. If you missed out, don't worry, because we have the highlights of this event right here for you.
Orange. Now let's meet the players for the visiting Michigan State Spartan. Tease and baby.
Gaming and Esports Center. Hundreds of people here gathered for the kickoff match of the PEC. It's the Spartans and the Orange getting together in just a few moments.
Uses his boost excellently. Lester now with none left to get back and defend. It's up to Tiz.
Ball center. Here comes Drew, and he just sneaks it past the car.
But they have been better in almost every single regard. Lesser in, Kababy with a goal. That'll shut this game down for the Orange.
A huge
Drewy there.
Tiz back in Spartan area. Op bomb. Fires it towards Syracuse. Tiz only one in net. A tough save and op bomb.
Whereas with Michigan State, I mean, they're passing back and forth all the time. That's really been
4-0.
Seems like that communication that Syracuse was stressing pregame hasn't been there. The passes aren't quite getting to each other. There hasn't been a ton of interlinked play between them. Whereas with Michigan State, I mean, they're passing back and forth all the time. That's really been
Michigan State. Their eyes are glowing green and the orange hearts beginning to bleed. The Spartans are headed to the PEC Championship with a 3-1 series win over the freshly squeezed Orange. Dwindling.
Dartho. And Preston. Creed. Mintz. And Promising.
The connection between them, all 3 of them really, they played together for so long. They've won together for so long. And I think that's what could put them, you know, in a place to beat Nebraska, is that pre-established.
How sweet it feels to score and win. So that could be a rejuvenating factor for this Cornhusker team. As Woozy gets a pass from Durtho. He fakes and Preston capitalizes. Woozy shot towards the net. Promising RL with a nice double jump save. Drops down towards in front of the, wow. Insult to injury. Woozy. Boise locking up the goal. Nebraska looking to just get some more points on the board for them as we hit the 30-second mark. Woozy shot on net.
To the ball.
And just 45 seconds to play. Preston keeping it in his own zone. Boise locking up the goal. Nebraska looking to just get some more points on the board for them as we hit the 30-second mark. Woozy shot on net. Second remaining, and this game and series will go to Boise. It fashion.
Yeah, really just a smothering performance from Boise State. Good things I saw out of them. Their passing was incredible, inch perfect. Their shooting was also incredible.
Always the Power Resorts Conference is going to be a lot of fun, and as we get ready to jump into this matchup, we get to take a look at our lineup as we do see, you know, the classic Rocket League lineup here for Boise State. These players have been here for quite some time, and they really show it in their gameplay. As we're getting to check in on that and get ready to go into this matchup, focusing back on Mountain West here, like we said earlier, Spartans versus Boise State. Now, matchups-wise, we know that San Jose, when they were facing off against their two opponents, they actually are currently 1-1. They had a big sweep that was against them with Grand Canyon University, and then they swept their opposing team last week, which is where that new player, Modify, comes in.
Yeah, we kind of heard a little bit about him. We were kind of in the dark about how San Jose were going to come into the season, being that they were the grand finalists last year, runner-up in the Mountain West. And there's just a lot to know here, but first thing we do have to talk about is Doc's keys to the game. And in Rocket League, what you want to do is you want to get that moral victory, you want to set a play style, skins equals wins, make sure your car is as pretty as possible, and you want to get the ball in the goal. It doesn't matter what one necessarily.
Yeah, and Doc's Keys of the Game are brought to you by Blue Ribbon Painting. With over 90 years of combined experience, they are proud to be Boise's go-to team of local, multi-generational painters who know how to level up your home. Visit blueribbonpainting.net. Now, obviously, if Modify wants to keep going, he should definitely pay attention to the keys to the game as he continues to play for the team. Now, going up against Boise State, we've heard a little bit about their roster, and we do have an interesting, potential swap out here for Boise State that could change things up, which is that Gil's going to be playing this week. In place of our typical lineup that we've seen so far. Yeah,
Gil in for Preston this week. Not necessarily what we were expecting for tonight, but other than that, I don't think it's going to be that much more. I don't think it's going to change the result that much more. I think it's going to be somewhat of the same whether we had Preston here or not. I think it's going to be a good game regardless.
Yeah, Gil and Preston have very similar roles in the team, what they handle when it comes to rotations and what you expect out of them. So when it comes to swap outs for Boise State, not the worst one they could have here. The only thing will be seeing a different player that didn't play last week. We saw that Boise State was getting rid of their rust a little bit. So this being the first time we see Gil, we'll have to see how that goes for him. And that all depends too on how San Jose chooses to play against them.
Yeah, I think San Jose going into this, we're going to be seeing kind of what they're bringing to the table this year, what they're thinking about when coming into a new season of Mountain West after losing to us in the grand finals last year. They had an entire offseason to try to fix things up. They picked up that new player Modify, and they've actually had some results with him already in that Colorado State game last week. In Game 3, they were down 3-1 in Game 3 to try to secure match point, and Modify comes in out of nowhere and gets three goals on the board and makes the comeback for San Jose and gets the series win for them at the end of it.
Yeah, which is a very impressive thing to be able to pull off, a new player on a roster doing that. Just in general, anytime you get that new team dynamic, you're not quite expecting, you want to get that person in, they want to get familiar, get comfortable with it. So just 3 goals in Rocket League too, especially at the collegiate level, that is impressive. So we'll have to see. We don't know, how their full roster is going to line up, but we know that there is options here, and I'm excited to see where we go as we get ready to jump into this first match of this best of 5.
Yeah, and another thing that the Broncos are wanting to continue in their 25-26 season is that undefeated streak. They are currently 9-0 in games over the course of 3 different series, one of them being the Air Force game last week where they went 3-0 to start off their Mountain West journey, and also continuing through the PEC now into Game 1 here is a quick kickoff, and Woozy with a quick goal. They're going to put themselves up 1-0.
Nice and simple right there. And as we get a second to take a look at the roster, we don't see Modify, but we do see quite a few players that have been on the team before as we get right into it. Yeah, there was a quick goal right off the beginning of the match here, going straight up into the air and trying to bring it over to the other side. The Broncos aren't quite able to break through SJSU yet.
Not quite yet, but here we go. Jortho off the sidewall, double to the backboard. Jacob's going to be able to collect this one, try to take it out of the corner, but no, quick shot out of Jortho off the bottom right corner. Not going to go in. Woozy with a follow-up shot on target, but saved out by Cayenne. Jortho rushing in to see if he can get anything. Simple Shark. Not quite the touch he was looking for, but still.
It's going to be rough.
could be good for San Jose. A couple demos on the field, and it's kind of even here between Boise State and San Jose in the first minute.
Durtho popping up into the air. Cayenne looking for an opportunity. Not quite getting it. Ball's been there. Oh, the demo is dangerous, and that is going to be another point for Boise State.
Showcasing the Boise State aggression here in game one. Gil rushing in for that backline demo, getting rid of the third man and opening up that goal for Durtho, putting up Boise State 2. Just in the first minute here, we're not even crossing that 4-minute mark. We have a lot of time left in this game, especially for San Jose to try to get a comeback going. But for Boise State, that's just more time for them to tack on a lead.
Oh my gosh! Going for the goal, but gets the demo instead. Woozy tries to catch up, but it is saved by Cayenne there. Trying to get some control on the ball, not fully able to do it. Going up in the air, it's anyone's. Oh, the Spartans want it, but they're not able to get it. The Broncos going to take a shot on goal, and Woozy going to get the next goal here.
I think already, game one, they're in flow state. They are feeling good about today. I feel like all of them are
Look
moving.
at it go, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like all of them are moving around the field really efficiently right now. Their rotations are solid. They're making sure they're making those 50s that they need to. They're getting really crucial demos on the defensive side. And they are really disrupting San Jose here in game one, making sure that they don't have an opportunity on their side of the half.
Oh, they might get their opportunity here. They're going to bounce it off, but there's no one there, and Durtho's going to try and gain control. Simple Shark tries to take it away. No opportunities there, though. And once again, the Broncos able to put pressure, putting it back on SJSU's side. San Jose just not able to find those opportunities, though. There's still 3 minutes on the clock.
Durtho just playing reverse on that one, trying to get away from the defender there, play him out, see what he's going to make the touches on. And there you go, the last second save, but Simple Shark able to slot that one bottom left. SJSU, they're going to put one on the board here. Oh, just a miscommunication there. Durtho and Gil both committing to the save and jumping over it. Simple Shark with a good awareness to put that one low. It is going to get San Jose's first point of the series, but can they continue it?
Popping up into the air, Durtho looking for that technical shot, but it's stopped by Jacob. Jacob able to keep away another goal. They need to see if they can find one themselves. Ball in the air, Jacob tries to go for the shot, but Woozy's there and waiting. Now it's going to pass over to Durtho. Cayenne is in the goal and he's able to rebound it, but that demo is going to leave a vulnerability. Gil tries to take the shot. Quick save. Incredible timing there, but it's not out of the woods yet. Bouncing off the backboard. Durtho and Woozy are there. Durtho's going to try and take another shot.
Oh, with the triple.
Oh, save. Quick shot from Cayenne is going to get that save. That is crazy. That goal looked like it was going to go in, but not going to happen.
Not quite. I thought Durtho had the triple lined up perfectly, but here we go, past to Woozy instead.
That's going to be the hat trick.
There's my hat trick from last week.
Yep, there's a hat trick you wanted from last week, but well, you had to wait until there wasn't a bet on it.
Right. Now Woozy has to come in clutch, but regardless though, Boise State, they're going to put back up a 3-goal lead. Here past halfway in game one, Boise State looking strong and looking to take another 3-0 sweep onto their record. Woozy now from the sidewall, making a 50 with Jacob. Maybe getting it mid for teammate, no. Maybe Jacob off the sidewall, pitching with Durtho. It's going to go off the post. Woozy waiting for some boost and an opportunity, but now Durtho in the air, controlled, reset, over one to the backboard, but saved out by Cayenne. SJSU.
Look at how many saves Cayenne has right now. They are.
His defense is on lock right now.
Yeah, that's all they want to do right now, and it is working. Although Boise State was able to get a lot of goals in earlier, they've been able to tighten it up, but that's not all they need right now. They need those goals themselves, and they aren't able to find it. Woozy trying to take another shot here. Durtho gaining control of the ball. It might be an opportunity, but they aren't able to find it here. Oh, pop it off the backboard, but Gil. Yep, there he goes. Gil is ready and waiting.
Gil's just good like that. He's a defensive player. He always has been, and he's amazing at it, being able to lock down that third portion of the map, making sure that no goals go in for Boise State, if any.
Good for that opportunity and getting the demo.
He's also getting into the physical side of things here lately, and I think that's paying off really well for the side of Boise State now. Durtho off the ceiling, Woozy in support. I guess they're gonna help. They're gonna hold hands while they go for that one. Gil putting in a follow-up shot, not gonna quite go in, but with under a minute left, Boise State still up by 3. I think this one might just be in the bag.
Yeah, both defenses have been so good at this point that, you know, Spartans haven't been able to find any goals, Broncos haven't been able to find any goals, but that's not a problem for the Broncos right now. Even as they chase this ball here, it's not going to hurt them if it goes in, but they're going to avoid it regardless. Simply going to try and take that shot, but Gil ready and waiting. 30 seconds left on the clock, and no good opportunities just yet. They're trying to find a shot on goal, but Boise State is denying it. Woozy, once again, Woozy and Gil right there, ready, waiting.
Oh,
Now
here we
there's
go.
some opportunities. Durtho's going to try and see. And Jacob is right there. Oh.
Unfortunately, the shot not quite on target from Durtho, but an amazing opportunity nonetheless with the ceiling pass. But now Durtho in the air, maybe a follow-up out of Woozy, not quite. Simple Shark sending that to the ground. And regardless, if anyone goes in right now, nothing's going to happen. Nothing's going to happen in this game, but regardless, Boise State 4-1 is going to take game one and put themselves up in the series.
Look at those stats for shots there.
Just look at shots versus saves on either side.
I will say, this is like the defense from the Spartans after that first minute or so of the game became like really good, but it just wasn't enough to get back where they needed to be. But as we continue this, we want to take a moment to thank ICCU for their continued support of Boise State esports. Thanks to ICCU, Boise State esports has won multiple national championships and piled up more than 1,500 wins. ICCU, looking after your daily balance. Visit ICCU.com. And with the way that this match is going, might be another match to add to that list. But we do have a couple more games to get through. The big question is, will the Spartans be able to take that really strong defense they were able to build up at the end there and build onto that potential offense to get more goals into the net?
Yeah, defense is one thing on the side of Rocket League, but the other side is obviously offense. You want to make sure that you can have an offensive power as strong as your defense to be able to get goals, close the gaps, and get wins on the board here, because if Boise State come into game two as strong as they were looking, they're going to be taking this one and going on to match point in this best of 5 here, and San Jose do not want that.
And that is the current issue they are facing. So as we get ready to go into game 2 here, they need to answer that question. How do we find that weakness, and how do we push through like the one goal that they got during the last game? While Boise State just needs to kind of continue, stay the course. They got what they needed and they hung on.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mean, only conceding 1 goal there for Boise State. I think that's a great start for them, and maybe even another kickoff goal here, but no, saved out by Cayenne. Durtho into the mid for Woozy. Shot on!
Ooh, held on a little bit longer than last time, but not enough. Woozy wants to break through, getting that initial goal right there. Look at that pass.
Oh! Misflipped. If Jacob would have front flipped or even just dead jumped to try to keep that himself level with that ball, he probably would have had this save. But an unfortunate mistake leads to a goal for Boise State. And now they're looking to continue what they had in game 1.
Yeah, no complaints here from the Broncos. Already looking for another opportunity. Jacob going to try and disrupt here, but a demo for their team is going to make it a little bit harder. Woozy going up into the air, and we see Gil looking for that. Durtho too. They're all up there. That could be an opportunity, but the Spartans aren't going to find it just yet. Simple Shark looking to throw it to Jacob here, but it's not going to pass the line as quickly as they want. Durtho really going for those demos right now at the beginning of the game, creating some confusion, but not going anywhere just yet.
One thing about Durtho is that regardless of whether he's mechanical or aggressive, he is always a menace on the field, making sure that he is always a threat. Maybe a double end here, close range, not quite, but Woozy follow-up. Oh, still a little wide, ringing off the crossbar. Gil with another follow-up to the backboard. Jacob saving it out. Simple Shark keeping it close for his teammate Cayenne, but with no boost on the SJSU half, it's looking a little rough here. Gil half flipping back, taking control into the backboard, able to grab that corner boost, and now taking it out. Maybe looking for a teammate here, not quite. And it's kind of ringing around in the midfield, but SJSU, they need to get something on the board now as they approach 3 minutes left.
Jacob looking for something, but not able to find it here. Ball's just bouncing around up in the air, kind of just having a good time, but not finding any goals. Either team just locking down that defense, but again, it's that offense that Woozy is looking to push. Just as I start to say, of course, you know, because that's how it works. But yeah, I was saying, you know, you got to look for that opportunity, and Woozy found it, taking that second goal of the game here. 3 minutes left on the clock, 2-0, a little bit closer than before, but no points for SJSU.
a little closer, but the other thing we have to keep in mind is that it's only been 2 minutes. There's still 3 minutes left on this clock for Boise State to tack on more on their lead and potentially increase the gaps between these two teams. Here we go, Cayenne, able to send it back, collecting in the corner. Maybe gonna try and reach Jacob on the other end of the field. Not quite gonna happen. Dirtho reading this, going for the double out of the corner on target, followed by Uzi. Not quite there, but now Gil on a 2v1. Crash course. Gonna be able to save that one out. Cayenne now to the backboard where Dirtho waits from the ceiling. Able to keep some sort of control before Jacob meets him. And now Gil taking control, looking for a great 50 in the midfield actually. But Dirtho getting bumped. But Boise State continuing a relentless offense on the Spartan half. Just hoping to keep this lead.
Oh, going across the goal. They just aren't able to take that opportunity like they want. Woozy going to throw it up into the air. Look for that pass. Dirtho is there. Oh my gosh.
I've got to say that. It's got to be the unbottled game of the play. Wait, play of the game. Presented by local dairy farm families. That is incredible. Pre-flip read out of Dirtho, sending that one in for Boise State, putting them up 3-0 in game 2.
Yeah, only Dirtho. Well, not only Dirtho, but Dirtho would get a shot going the opposite direction of the goal right there. And then get the save right there as Jacob tries to find a spot. Woozy is there.
Oh, great demo.
Oh, the demo just barely saved that from popping up into the goal there. And now they're able to take it over to the Spartan side. Not giving us any time to breathe on that shot at all. So we're going to go collect it and throw it back into the air, look for an opportunity. Simple Shark is there and waiting, you know, I think accurate to the name.
Absolutely.
Just a shark in the water lurking. But so is Dirtho here, dribbling the ball around, and Gil in the back is going to try and take a shot. It hits the backboard. Woozy follows it up, getting another hat trick. As if to, you know, add some salt to the wound there from
Is that going to be the thing this year? Just me losing one bet, and now Woozy has to get so many hat tricks?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just going to be every game but the one that you made a bet about it. We'll make another bet next time, and you can say Woozy again, and then Woozy won't get the hat trick.
Then that'll be Preston.
Yeah.
But regardless here, Gil from the backboard, not quite going to get that one. Some Shark saving it out with 0 boost. Woozy looking for the flip reset double on target, but saved out by Jacob. Dirtho now taking that mid boost. He's going to take it out of the corner to the ceiling. Maybe looking for a pass out to a teammate. I think I saw Woozy pre-jumping, but regardless, Simple Shark with a great catch. And now Boise State with over a minute left, just barely. Shot on by Gil instead is going to be
Look at
in.
that sneaky little shot from Gil.
I was going to say all I have to do is hold the lead, but instead, why not just add more to it? Gil,
Look at
proving me
that
wrong.
sneaky little corner shot. Dirtho double checking, but Gil had it. He was fine.
Just in case.
Just in case, but you know, that's what Gil does. He likes to sneak in at the last moment and surprise you. And there we go, looking for that opportunity again. As it, oh no, goal means Cayenne is able to get a quick shot right off the bat. My goodness, what a rough rotation moment for the team. Well, great opportunity there for Cayenne, and you know, from what we've heard, very focused on that mechanical side of Rocket League, and we've been seeing that full on in the game. And although very similar scores to where we previously were, with a minute remaining, one goal isn't enough. So will Cayenne and the rest of the team be able to bring it back? Gil's trying to prevent that, trying to take another shot on goal here.
Jacob collecting with 0 boost, not going to happen. Leaves it for Gil. But instead, it's going to be Woozy to the sidewall with another read, maybe out to the mid for teammate. It's just going to be on target. It's a team bump on the SJSU half. And Boise State are going to rack up another one. Watch this back. Woozy gets the shot on net. Cayenne and Simple Shark try to go for it, but instead bump each other. And it's going to lead to a Boise State 6th goal. And with 35 seconds left, maybe we can punch a ticket to Brazil.
There's a chance. There's a chance. Simple Shark looking for that opportunity there for the team. At this point, see if you can avoid the Brazil. Dirtho and Woozy
what control.
near the back. Wow. Goes for the shot, but it's not going to happen. Go up into the air in front of the goal. No one is there. They're going to bounce it off the backboard, and luckily Boise State, at least for SJSU, was not there to capitalize on that. But that's not going to change much as the counter goes down. Dirtho looking for one last waterfall.
Here it is. Oh, just wide.
Oh, not going to be there, but the ball might hit the ground.
Might.
Might, maybe. You know,
Yeah,
I never get to
maybe.
call it on time.
No.
I always want to.
Out of the corner, looking for Gil. Maybe if that one's gonna float, it's
What
gonna
is
be
that?
off the post, and that one should hit the ground.
There we go.
Boise State 6-1 in game 2.
With that, match point for Boise State here. You know, less shots overall, but more accurate. And the Spartans weren't able to keep up their defense like they wanted here and not capitalize on that, staying with that one goal right now.
Yeah, Cayenne not quite there on the defensive half as he was last game.
But while we're getting ready to get into this next game, what if you could pursue college and or your dream career while serving your country and getting amazing benefits? The Idaho Air National Guard, just 1 weekend a month, 8 months out of the year. You get tuition assistance, signing bonuses, healthcare, zero-down home loans, and a high-tech job training, all while keeping your civilian life, job, and goals right here in Idaho. Whether you're studying, working, or building your future, the Guard enhances it all while giving you leadership skills and lifelong connections. Ready to have it all? The Idaho Air National Guard is your pathway to education, career success, and purpose.
I always love to say thanks to our sponsors here at Boise State Esports. As we get into game 3 here, Boise State versus SJSU, looking a little bit reminiscent of that Mountain West Championship last fall, where we saw a similar scoreline, but instead it was a best-of-7 format where Boise State took that one in a 4-0 fashion, looking to make it 7-0 over the course of 2 series. They're just looking really strong and dominant this season over the course of the last 3 series that they played, just in the last week, making this one number 4. They're going to continue that streak, potentially going like perfect without dropping a game. And here we go, Gil. Shot.
Wow.
He's going to send that one top right and put Boise State up early once again.
We love to call out Gil's defense, but there he is with his kind of dark horse, dark Gil as we like to call it, moment, taking a shot here right off the bat, surprising you. And with that, Boise State's going to get, 3 for 3 on early goals in the game. And going right back to the net there, Simple Shark is able to keep it away, but not for long.
Not for long indeed now. Jacob sending this one long, getting it over 1. Gil with a quick 50 into the corner. Simple Shark getting the better of that one. Durtho on target. Pass out for Ruzi. Oh, saved up by Cayenne with a pre-flip.
Oh, that demo was almost there, but not enough. Spartans are not out of the woods yet, though. Boise State is still on their side. Broncos looking for that opportunity. Durtho pops it up into the air. There might be something, but nothing is there, and so it's going to go over to their side.
Woozy now from the backboard. Looking for some control. Getting it over Simple Shark. Oh, what a little bit of a ricochet. Gil with an open net, though.
Oh, this might be the Gil game.
This might be the Gil game. Is he going to get his hat trick for the day?
We'll get to find out. Like I said, when Gil decides it's done with defense, then we just start seeing all those sneaky shots onto the goal.
Yeah, well, especially after they've had 2 games against this team, both in blowout fashion, I would honestly say, and they now have the found confidence of saying, hey, we can take this in 3-0 fashion, so let's just do that.
Yeah.
Durtho, cycle off the backboard, not going to get it. Gil gonna collect on the sidewall, not quite a double. Woozy struggling for some boost now. SJSU with the potential, getting a demo onto Durtho now, but Woozy able to send it out and get it clear into the midfield. Leaving it for Durtho. Shot! Oh, just wide. Gil with a follow-up, gonna be on target, and it's gonna be in! And there's the hat trick!
It's always interesting when it's not Durtho getting the hat trick, but here we are.
He hasn't had a hat trick today.
No?
It's only been Woozy and Gil.
He's given them some time to go through it,
He's
I
letting
guess.
them shine.
Well, I mean, he did get his backwards shot off, so, like, he went for something else.
He did get the unbottled of the day. Oh, what a save out of Gil last second. Durtho faking that one out, and now Gil taking time, passing it out to Woozy. Maybe. No.
Good job,
Cut out by
Jacob.
Jacob, and now SJSU looking on the offense.
All right. Broncos popping up into the air. Durtho knows what he wants, and so does the Spartans. But the demo is going to halt their progress on getting any control on the ball here. Who's he going to knock it up into the air? There goes Gil, gaining some control and bringing it over to SJSU's side. San Jose looking to go for that goal block, and they are able to save it, but not finding opportunities to put the pressure on to the Broncos just yet. Just getting stuck in front of this goal. Durtho trying to take a shot, not going to happen. Gil tries to follow it up. It is kind of an open goal. Durtho moving back to try and protect. Jacob
no!
finds it! And that's going to be the first goal for them. A little bit more promising opportunity here for them with a couple minutes left on the clock and getting a goal in. What an unfortunate rotation there for the Broncos.
Durtho just left with the 0 boost. He went for the corner to try and refill, but just didn't have enough time. And I don't think he also noticed that Jacob was coming in like that. Able to get one quick. Oh. That one bouncing off the post. BSU almost responding. But now Gil backflipping onto that one, keeping it in the favor of Boise State. But right now, I think that's the least of their worries. With 3.5 minutes left, still up by 2, Boise State are looking strong and confident.
Demos back and forth here. Now going to let the Broncos immediately be going for that goal. It's going to go over to their side, but Durtho's going to pop it into the air. He knows what he wants to do. Fairly confident that goal is open again, though, but they're not able to capitalize on it. The Broncos grab it. Gil in the air looking for either a pop over, but no one else to. Durtho going to follow it up.
Oh, what a
my
read!
Gosh. Cayenne holding strong at the goal. Doesn't want Boise State to get any more here. What is happening? So much chaos.
I know, it's just back and forth there in the corner there. This one bouncing out, maybe a shot off out of someone. Control out of Durtho. Follow up out of Woozy. He's going to go high. Durtho trying to make an awkward touch here. Simple Shark with 0 boost is going to get tripped up and out of the way. Jacob sending that one high, potentially for teammate, but no, instead for Gil to put that one mid. Cayenne sending that one on target, but this time Gil just trying to get in the way of that ball, sending it out. Jacob now controlled. Beat out by Woozy. Gets demoed. Simple Shark with an off shot. Ball. And with now closing in on a minute left of potentially the series, SJSU need to do something now to get them back on the board.
And they're trying to find it, but it's not happening. Woozy going to launch the ball. 1 minute remaining. The Broncos looking for another shot here. Simple Shark is going to deflect it. Cayenne there to support. But they're not done yet. Durtho's trying to find that, but the goal is open again. Will the Broncos be able to get back? They won't. Simple Shark is able to score, bringing it 3-2.
3-2, making it close. 1 goal game here. Now under a minute left. This is going to be crunch time for San Jose and the Spartans if they want to have any chance of continuing their life in this series.
Broncos better tighten up their defense with all of the risk that they've been taking. San Jose could get another one. Oh my gosh. Oh. And with that, the game's going to get tied, and that's exactly what I was just about to say. Broncos, if they're not careful with their goal, they try to go for the deflect, but it's not enough. Simple Shark able to get another ball in the goal and tie it up for this, what could be match point game.
Could be, but the thing about that one is that it was really just off of a wonky kickoff.
But that can continue something, you never know.
Absolutely it can, but Durtho off the ceiling, not going to get that one. Woozy into the corner, bouncing up kind of favorably for him. Now leaving it to the backboard. Cayenne trying to make control here. Woozy shot out. Durtho's actually going to cut that ball out and grab mid. Continue on from the ceiling. Gonna try and make a play out of this one. Maybe looking for a demo. Woozy trying to get a relax. Wow. That one just kept floating. But right now, Boise State are still looking for the equalizer goal. Or no, the giveaway goal to put them ahead and secure this series. And with 10 seconds left, will they be able to do it?
They're trying, bringing it into the air. Woozy looking for that contact, either gonna pass or bring it themselves, but with 2 seconds left, Durtho able to bring it into the air. This is their last chance. Jacob and Cayenne watching, they're able to bounce it off. And with that, we're gonna go into overtime.
And the first overtime of Boise State Mountain West has begun.
Oh, almost went straight through the defense there. The Spartans bring it all the way to the Broncos side. Woozy with the demo, though, able to stall them out, and the Broncos put on the pressure. San Jose now has to go back on the defense, and Durtho is looking for that opportunity, but he gets stopped once again. This is where Gil and Woozy come in. Woozy in the back line. They do not want a stray ball to go into the goal like before. That could bring them into a game 4. That's exactly what San Jose wants. They're looking for that opportunity, but Durtho is going to deny them. Bringing it up into the air. Now Woozy gets to pop it over a couple people. Goes there. There could be an opportunity, but Gil and Durtho miss it. Oh, it gets saved.
Almost an opportunity there for SJSU, getting a clear out, but no one had boost. No one able to make a play, and now Gil looking to get something going, and the demo on the back end. Gil shot on target, top bins.
Gil
is going to send Boise State. They're going to keep them flawless, and they're going to send themselves 2-0 in the Mountain West.
I find it wonderful that Gil, getting to join us for this match and getting so many good moments there in the last game. As we, 4-3, closer than we thought based off of those first 2 games, but goes to show even when you have that coordination and all of that experience, how opportunities are getting a little bit too into the opponent's side can let those opportunities go through.
Sometimes one pop-off game is all you need to kind of rebuild momentum for your team. And for San Jose, they almost did just that, at least taking it to overtime, putting up a fight against the Broncos. But regardless, the Broncos going 12-0 over the course of 4 series within, a week and a half?
Yeah, quite impressive for the Broncos as they're going to just continue through the season. We'll have to see, can they keep those records? So far going strong, though this might show an opportunity for other teams, so we'll have to see. Will the Broncos have another, weakness, quote unquote, moment there that the other schools see here and can capitalize on, or are we going to be, avoiding that going forward? I think it's an interesting moment in these early season games as we're looking to shake the rust off.
Yeah, and the other thing you got to keep in note here is that Gil was in for tonight instead of Preston, our main roster. But like I said at the beginning of the match, I didn't think that was going to make a change, and here we are with a 3-0 finish.
Yeah, and both teams, played their best, and I think Boise State got some good moments as always, and so did San Jose. So with that, they get to continue on going into the next week for, Power Esports Conference Mountain West and all the awesome games that we get to continue to watch. But with that, that is the end for this matchup. And so as we get ready to end it, I will say make sure you keep checking in because we've got a lot of awesome games coming up this week. We've got Rocket League and more. And so keep checking in week to week as we continue these broadcasts and catch all of these seasons. But that's all I have for you tonight. So have a great rest of your night and enjoy the top 5 plays of the game.
Just hoping to keep this lead.
Oh, going across the goal. They just aren't able to take that opportunity like they want. Woozy going to throw it up into the air. Look for that pass. Durtho is there. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, absolutely. Only conceding 1 goal there for Boise State. I think that's a great start for them, and maybe even another kickoff goal here. But no, saved out by Cayenne. Durtho into the mid for Woozy. Shot on.
Ooh, held on a little bit longer than last time.
Save.
Shot. Quick save. Incredible timing there, but it's not out of the woods yet. Bouncing off the backboard. Durtho and Woozy are there. Durtho's going to try and take another shot.
Oh, with the
Tries
triple.
Save. Quick shot from Cayenne. Bouncing around up in the air. Kind of just having a good time, but not finding any goals. Either team just locking down that defense. But again, it's that offense that Woozy is looking to push.
SJSU with the potential, getting a demo onto Durtho now, but Woozy able to send it out and get it clear into the midfield. Leaving it for Durtho. Shot. Oh, just wide. Gil with a follow-up. Going to be on target, and it's going to be in. And there's the hat trick.